But when you look around this farm, and I hope everybody will have that opportunity at some point or other, stand quietly for a moment in your own little space. Take a deep breath and just feel it. From the day that I first was part of a group that came to visit this facility, it was feel the peace, feel the nature at work, feel the healing, feel the joy. When all of those pieces come together, you know you're onto a wonderful mission and fulfilling it. That it takes an entire community to help you succeed in a nonprofit, in an organization that needs a lot of pieces, lots of training and support, etc., to make it come together in a way that's going to gel for your clients. And you don't. So, as you know, you add together the pieces to say, fair enough, these are the costs that we need to have for an individual to ride or to have a X number of programs, or to participate in a pilot that may be in combining art with the horses, etc. So there are lots of different pieces. But you also want to help your organization grow out into that community wherever you are. So including them, whether it's you have an event on your property that invites them for scavenger hunts or egg hunts or whatever, that brings them to you and they get introduced and to see it and feel it. If there's a program that is going to include a sibling or provide, I know you'd like a turn too, but we want to stay focused on the particular participant, well then fair enough. We'll have one that will include siblings at this point. So you're reaching out into the community and you're creating new opportunities and you're enhancing opportunities that you give regularly. But as you say, we need the support and the giving of people who feel the same way, that, gee, I came on that property and I felt this wonderful sound. I heard birds, I saw gardens. It just made me feel better for today, and I can take that home and work with me. Okay, fine. But I liked what I saw. I would like to contribute something to that. Is it helping to plant the garden itself? And we have people that like to do that and come and share that skill with us. And then others who say, well, that's my business. I do things with planting and landscaping, etc. Perhaps I could reach out to you and see if there's a special area or something that you need. That's another way of giving. And others, it's if you've enjoyed something, we send out mailings to tell you what we're doing and how we're doing. And I chuckle. And I know how social media is becoming a very exciting opportunity for many people to converse and learn about things and share information and pictures. And that excites people too. So the more ways that we can share our story and invite you in. And so if somebody wants a tour, we're happy to do that. We have little receptions. We hope you'll drop by. We'll let people know so that you can be part of this, because that horse doesn't give just to a client. That horse gives to every one of us. They sense what we need. Gee, you need a little quiet, don't you? I'll just come and rest my head. Oh, you looks like you need to work off a little energy. Well, I do too, so let's walk together. And you watch where the horse falls in or whatever. So all these pieces that make you part of that experience as well, learning and growing from it and knowing what it can give to others, we appreciate your being part of that. When you talk about looking on into the future, is that, have we created an incredible program? Yes. Do we want to continue to do that? Yes. But part of it is going to be changing needs. Um, you know, what are some of the needs that we'll need 20 years, 40 years, whatever ahead, and will we be able to meet them and incorporate the horse, because that's the key to the center of this equation. But so how do we continue to grow, to build, to have individuals' lives improved, have people go out into the community as after being participants or while they're still participants, and how it affects their work life, their home life, and their community roles. It just keeps growing. So definitely, one that would take, I would hope, a good endowment fund that would allow us to have operating costs at certain times for special projects on this property. For providing, we don't want to charge veterans in particular anything. They've served. We appreciate it. So how do we raise the monies needed to provide that program? Also, there are families that should not be denied an opportunity to participate in this because of their capabilities within their community or not. We want to be able to support them and say, this belongs to everybody. Now, how do we make it work for everybody? How do we continue to build it so it's current and vital and dynamic? And how do we also build in the quiet and the peace that just allows community to come and have a dinner here, or whatever we would like to create to foster some of those times. But you need an endowment to do that. So definitely one of my big hopes would be that we would be in a position in the near future to begin planning for something so that Pegasus will always be here to serve all of its participants and develop pilot programmings that might flow from them to see what else we can be creating, because there's always something. And of course, we also are always working on our pipeline for the horses. And so if you think you know of a good horse, if you think you know of a way to encourage somebody, that is always going to be a key, an important key. And we appreciate your thought and your participation in helping us keep that herd healthy and vital. Pulling pieces together from the past and how they grew into today, looking ahead to the future and what we need to continue to have everything current and exciting and appropriate to all of the needs that are shifting or growing. But the horse will always be at the center of this. And I can't say enough about how special that horse is. I know it personally. I know it because of training a horse to say, okay, this is your job, this is what we need to do. Uh-oh, I got sidetracked and I was wool gathering or something. Well, that horse reminded me, this is where you belong, right here. And if you want to serve these people, that's what we need to be focused on. And so I've had my lessons too. But for all of us, it's the joy. It's that dynamic relationship and that changing relationship between, in this case, the horse. But I include other animals as well. But this here is the horse and what they do and give, and the joy that they share with every one of us. So come and experience the joy. Come and experience the horse. You'll be glad you did.